Hey guys, it's Jason. I know it's been pretty short, but if you guys have been following my channel, you're probably aware that I usually develop my games using Unity. Well, it's basically the game engine that I feel the most comfortable using, but recently I felt like I wanted to get out of my comfort zone and try something new. So in this video, I decided to make a game in Roblox Studio. I know some of you are going to ask, why Roblox? There's so many other better game engines out there. I don't know. I actually don't know why I started this, but I've never played anything related to Roblox before in my life, but I've always wondered why most of them are so box-like. So in this video, I decided to make a Roblox game that doesn't look like Roblox. So first I need to get the main character body for the third person character, because I'm not going to be using the default character. That will do. Let's see how it looks on Mixamo. Our Kirito's animation is pretty much on point.
Nice.
Now I have some character models for the game, and some animations. The real challenge is now I need to figure out how to import these animations and characters in Roblox Studio. I've actually never touched anything related to Roblox before, so I had to do some diggings on how to import my custom character in Roblox Studio. Luckily, just 6 months ago, Roblox Studio introduced a skinned mesh feature for developers, which is similar to skinned mesh render in Unity. To explain a little bit on what skinned mesh render is, it is essentially a way to deform part of the meshes with animated bones. So when we create rigged characters in Blender, we need to use skinned mesh render to import characters' animations. And I did that by using something called avatar importers, where I can import my rigged character. Now I need to figure out how to set my character to starter character. It took me some time to figure out how to do this, but all I needed to do was rename my model to starter character and remove the animator controller that got created when I first imported the model. And Roblox Studio makes it pretty easy to import animations from FBX files. You just need to make sure that the scale of the animation model is the same, or else everything will just get fucked up. Maybe there's a proper way to get around this, but I couldn't really figure out a way. But hey, as long as it works, I guess it's fine. Well, now I have a working character, I need to figure out how to attach a weapon into the hands of the character. Normally in Unity, when we child the object, it follows the parent's position, but it seems to be a little different in Roblox Studio. There is something called welding, where we need to actually specify the object that are connected together. Tricky part is that you can't really weld together a bone to a game object, which is a part in Roblox, so that means I can't connect the sword object and a bone together. And you also can't really put attachment under a bone as well. I got around this issue by creating a rigged sword and put the bone of the sword inside the hand bone, but when I do this, the actual collision box of the sword doesn't follow the sword mesh. And this can be quite easily proved by putting a trail object under the sword. This basically means I need to create my own system for collision detection, since I won't be able to use a sword's collision box. I just decided to implement other player movements and come back to this annoying problem later. I imported the animation for jumping and a simple combo attack, but right now when I press the attack key, I can only play the combo attack without stopping. I wanted to allow the players to press the attack key 3 different times to perform different sequences of animations. First, I need to split the combo attacks into 3 different animations so that I can play them separately. What I really liked about Roblox Studio was that you can easily stop and resume back to call stack by calling stopped function on the animation track so that you can do something after the animation's ended. And by tracking which animation is currently playing, I can now hit attack keys several times to get the combo attacks. An RPG game certainly needs some mobs. I just imported a random warrior enemy from Blender and implemented some basic enemy movements. Now I need to figure out the collision issue of the sword so that I can actually hit the enemy with my sword. I couldn't really figure out a very elegant solution, but what I had in mind was using the on-touch start and end event on a custom collision part, so that whenever the enemy enters a certain area, it gets added to a list of enemy objects that the player attacks. And these enemy objects get removed from the array when the enemy leaves the area through on-touch end event. I guess it seems to kinda work, but I'll need to test it more for a more accurate collision detection in the future. What the? Other than that, I also added a tumble animation to dodge the enemy attack, and a different attack that plays when the enemy sprints and attacks, kind of like a dash attack. Oh, and the head effect was made using the Roblox particle system. I also added a little bit of knockback animation when the enemy gets hit. The collision system for enemies' attacks on players is the same as what I used for the player. I created an invisible and non-collidable box for the hitboxes, and whenever the player enters it, they become a valid target when the enemy attacks. And everything started to look a little bit more playable, I guess. The built-in health system on the humanoid components of the object made the implementation of the prototype much faster, which was really nice. Now, I think I need to improve the look of the game environment. I wanted this map to have a little runes-like feel, so I started importing the necessary models that I used previously for my other games in Unity. It actually took me forever to figure out how to import normal maps for the model. Apparently this is still a beta feature for the Roblox engine, where I need to specifically check the surface appearance flag and able to use this feature. You can see that normal maps do really add a good realistic look to the game. Speedrun time. Now I just need to slap these models together and also started using the terrain editor to add a ground texture and water texture. The terrain editor was also quite impressive. I could create a very decent looking environment with some built-in textures. I'm not quite sure if it has a customizable terrain. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are aware of it. One thing that I found really useful while adding some environment to the game is the brush plugin. It allows you to easily set a random offset and rotation and position for the models, and it allows you to basically spam it. And that was super useful to copy and paste trees and plants. And yeah, that was pretty much it for the current prototype of the game. I could definitely see that Roblox could even get bigger from now if they're able to give more tools for developers to work with. And I definitely enjoyed learning new tools while developing this game. And as always, thank you so much for watching my video. Let me know what you thought of the game, and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and hit the dislike button if you thought the video was garbage. And I'll see you in the next video.